Hey guys, Jack on Wrist here, back in another video, and in today's video, I want to talk about a controversial topic, and that is why Omega sucks. Okay, so maybe not why Omega sucks, but why I don't like the brand in 2020. And before I get into this video, I want to mention I've owned a plethora of vintage Omegas and even a couple modern ones. In fact, my first ever Omega was this vintage Omega DeVille, so I obviously have a deep connection to the brand, and I really do like it. So without further ado, let's talk about why I don't like Omega in 2020, and the first reason is because as a young watch enthusiast, I watch a lot of collections online, a lot of people going over their watches, and all the time I'll see everyone have the same Omega Speedmaster. Now I get it, Omega Speedmasters vary by reference and movement and lots of other things, but I don't really understand why everyone deems it so important to own a Speedmaster. It feels like everyone's only Omega is a Speedmaster, and I don't understand why. I mean, it's a nice watch, it's a nice chronograph, but to me, it's kind of boring, and I don't understand why it's such a must-have in the watch community. It's just kind of repetitive to me. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, the Omega Speedmaster went to the moon. It's an iconic watch. Well, that really goes into my next point, and that's because Omega will constantly mark the hell out of the fact that they went to the moon. I mean, listen, I get it. The Omega Speedmaster went to the moon in 1969. It was a huge feat for America, the world, science, whatever. But why does that really matter? Why do you have to constantly make all these reissues and all these special editions for Snoopy and NASA? I mean, listen, I get it, you went to the moon, but that's not really that important anymore. I mean, Rolex is an amazing brand, and you don't see them touting around their illustrious history. They're just an amazing brand, and they don't need to tell you anything. But Omega feels the need to rub it into your face that they went to the moon. And the same could be said about James Bond. They paid a lot of money for James Bond to wear Omega watches. And that's awesome, but why do they have to make all these special edition James Bond watches and make a big deal about it? It's cool that James Bond wore it, but to me that's not a big deal, and that has nothing to do with their actual brand. I guess I just don't fully understand why these are so important to everybody. The fact that James Bond wears their watches and the fact that it went to the moon. I get it, James Bond is a huge figure in watches, and the moon landing is a huge feat, and an Omega watch was part of it, but again, as someone like myself, a young collector, that stuff doesn't matter to me. So I know I might get a lot of dislikes or comments on this video potentially, but just keep in mind my perspective. I'm a young enthusiast. I don't really see the crazy value in going to the moon first, or the value in James Bond wearing the watch, and I don't really fully understand why the Speedmaster is such a must-own by every collector. That's just my perspective, but leave your comments in the comment section down below. I want to discuss this with you guys. I want to hear your thoughts. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video or found it interesting or controversial or whatever, please leave a like and subscribe. Would be greatly appreciated. And with that being said again, I will catch you in the next one.